Good morning, Tiger Nation, and welcome to Sturgis Physical Education Center here on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. We have what is hopefully a great match for you this morning between your Ouachita Tigers and the visiting Auburn University of Montgomery Warhawks. Last night was the opening match for the Ready Tiger Invitational as the Tigers took on the Choctaws of Mississippi College and won in a 5-set thriller after being down 2-1. A great job last night. For those of you who missed last night's match, Kayla Steinmeier led the way with 18 kills and also had 3 aces. Emily Lowe picked up also double-digit kills with 11 and had 8 blocks. Riley Fielder also had 10 kills. And then EJ Day with 7 kills. A lot of the points in the rally for Ouachita last night came off the serves of Kellen Church. Hopefully we'll be seeing her back behind that line often this morning as well. But we have a volleyball doubleheader on the docket for you today. So taking on the Warhawks of Auburn University Montgomery here in game number 1. And game number 2 back against the Choctaws of Mississippi College. It was a good match last night. Like I said, unfortunately I was unable to be here, but y'all were in the very capable hands of Wyatt Ashlock. He did a fantastic job filling in. Said, I am Matthew Branch, and I am glad to be back for this morning's matches. So this match set to start at 9 o'clock. Looks like it will be starting a few minutes after. And then set number 2 set to start at 12. The Tigers still warming up. Like I said, looking for a good match. The Tigers really getting the hitting percentage up yesterday. Hit 391 in the first set. And then back in the fourth, ended up hitting 367 as a team. Last night, Kellen Church led the way with 30 assists, followed by Tammy Faiga at 12. And Lexi Castello led the way in digs with 22, followed by Steinmeier with 12. So Steinmeier picked up the double-double last night with 18 kills and 12 aces. The team's getting ready to be underway here. So hoping for a good match. The AUM Warhawks coming in at 6-4 overall. They are 6-3 on neutral courts and 0-1 on visiting courts. They have played 2 other GAC opponents. They played them both yesterday. They played UAM, who they beat in 5 sets, and lost 3-1 to Henderson State last night. So the only common opponent we have is Henderson State. Said Ouachita sitting at 4-6 overall. Said picking up the 5-set victory over Mississippi College last night. Should be getting ready for starter introductions, and I will turn that over to Ouachita's Sports Information Director, Brian Ramsey.
coach for the Warhawks is from the ICPO. And now the starting lineup for your Washington Tigers. The 6'1" sophomore from St. Charles, Missouri, number 5, Kayla Steinmeier. The 5'10" sophomore from Jonesboro, number 11, Kellen Church. The 5'1" senior from Greenwood, number 12, Lexi Castro. The 5'8" sophomore from Belchase, Louisiana, number 14, EJ Day. 6'1" senior from Austin, Texas, number 15, Emily Lowe. 5'11" sophomore from Paulina, Louisiana, number 16, Sarah Thomas. And a 5'10" senior from Little Rock, number 18, Riley Fielder. Head coach for the Tigers is Allison Frizzell Kaiser.
We are just about to get underway here at Sturgis Physical Education Center for set 1 of match 1 of today's volleyball doubleheader. So Washita looking to continue their win streak, or create a win streak. Like I said, they won last night, bouncing back after a 3-0 loss versus Henderson State on Tuesday. 2 wins today will put Washita at the 500 mark for the season. They are 1-2 here on the home court. 2 losses coming to Henderson State and Texas A&M Kingsville. Just a quick recap of the starters for Auburn-Montgomery. Number 2, the 5-foot libero, Brienne Cato. The 5'9" senior, Marianne Cassiano. The 5'9" senior, Naya Whittlesey. The 5'10" senior, Maria Nicolau. The 5'10" senior, Isadora Nicolai. The 5'8" senior, number 11, Carla Butler. And the 6-foot freshman, number 12, Elenia Domingo. Several international students on this Auburn-Montgomery team. 4 call Brazil home. 2 call Italy home. 1 calls New Zealand home. And 1 calls Serbia home. Kellen Church back to serve for the Tigers. Kellen Church, the freshman from Jonesboro, getting the start. And the first serve, we are underway here. Received by Cassiano, and it is blocked back into the court by Emily Lowe. Washita gets the first point of set number 1. Church back to serve again. Church, a 2-sport athlete here at Washita, also plays softball. Received by the libero Cato. The attack from number 8. Church saves it. A great dig there. And Castlo puts it back over the net to keep it going. And that attack from number 8, Naya Whittlesey, is just too much. And that will be point for Washita. They take a 2-0 lead. They'll go on attack here on Maria Nicolau. I believe a net infraction on Montgomery. Washita takes a 3-0 lead. Church to serve once again. A beautiful serve received by Cato. The attack will go into the net. Point Washita. That was number 8, Naya Whittlesey. Whittlesey, the senior from Columbus, Georgia. Church back to serve once again. 5th straight serve. Awkward reception there. Cato keeps it alive. It was received by Cassiano. Castlo gets it. The set to Lowe, the kill. And that will ricochet off of Cato. Another point for Washita. The first kill of the day for the Tigers. Emily Lowe gets it. And an awkward attack there. EJ Day could not handle it. That'll be the first point for the Warhawks. 5-1 Washita here in set number 1. Back to serve is number 11. That is Carla Butler, the senior out of Christchurch, New Zealand. Received by Castelo, the senior from Greenwood. Riley Fielder with the attack. And it is kept going. The attack Ooh, hit the antenna there. That was number 5, Marian Cassiano, the senior from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Gives points back to the Tigers. E.J. Day back to serve. Day, the sophomore out of Belle Chase, Louisiana. 5'8" outside hitter. Received by Butler. The attack received by Castello. Over to Steinmeier. Cato keeps it going. Castello with another dig. Fielder with the attack, kept alive by, ooh, a great job there. Keeping it going, Steinmeier with the attack, hard hit, but kept alive by Cato, the libero. Church with the fake out there. She's gotten some points off that before, and a good kill. I believe that was number 10, Isadora Nikolai. They're going to call, actually that was Nia Whittlesey who got the kill. 6-2 Tigers. Church to settle to Steinmeier. And Steinmeier's shot is blocked out of bounds. Point, Ouachita. Emily Lowe, the senior, out Austin, Texas, back to serve. Lowe listed at 6'1", been a starter for most of her time here at Ouachita. And that'll be a kill for the Warhogs from Elenia Domingo, the freshman out of Bari, Italy. 7-3. Back to serve is going to be number 4, Amber Brett-Switch, the sophomore out of Woodbury, Minnesota. Transferred out of Minnesota State University, Moorhead. Joey back to serve it away. Listed at 5'7". Is a setter. Getting some substitutions out. Number 10, Isadora Nikolai went out, along with Whittlesey and Nicolau. So new Warhawks on the court, and that serve will be a little bit too far out. They're saying it hit Day in the face. The referees did not see it. Head coach Flavia Siqueira is not happy, along with some of the fans. They're saying it hit Day at the back. Faiga to serve. Received by Cassiano. Cato keeps it alive. Brooke Jones in for the Tigers, along with Tammy Faiga. And Steinmeier's attack too far out. 8-4. Sit on the court now. It's Tammy Faiga, Brooke Jones coming in. Faiga, one of the seniors on this team. Back to serve is Cassiano. Received by Castello. Zara Thomas's shot is blocked. It looks like she hit the net. Point, Warhawks. Cassiano back to serve, the senior out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and Polk State College. Listed at 5'9" on the roster. Castello with the reception. Faiga with the set over to Steinmeier, and Steinmeier's shot is blocked by the combination of Butler and Domingo. 8-6 now. So Ouachita got out to a 4-point lead to start. Castello with the reception. Over to Brooke Jones, and her attack is too much out of bounds. 1 point set here. Cassiano serve once again. Tigers need to get a point here to stop the rally. A short serve. Over to Steinmeier. Put over by Cato. Zara Thomas's attack hits Cato in the face. Kept going by Butler. Over to Thomas. Thomas with the awkward. They're going to say, thought that point was going to go to Ouachita. They're going to say it goes to the Warhawks. They're going to call it an attack error on Thomas. Tied up at 8 now. Day with the reception. And a little bit awkward set there. Tigers have to put it back over the net. A little back set. Over to Butler. Kept going. Set over to Steinmeier, the attack. Cassiano gets it off the block. And that's going to be a lift called on. I believe that's going to be called on number 4, Amber Bretswich. Point for Ouachita. They're back to a 1-point lead. It's 9-8 Tigers. Kayla Steinmeier, the St. Charles, Missouri, or the sophomore from St. Charles, Missouri, back to serve, listed at 6'1" on the Tiger roster, blocked, and it will go out of bounds off the hands of the Tigers. Point to the Warhawks. Serving is number 12, Elenia Domingo, the freshman out of Bari, Italy. And I'm not going to try to pronounce her high school. Day's attack. Handled a little bit awkwardly, but kept going. Let's hit the net and go out of. They're going to kind of hitting the net and going over, so that's going to be point for the Warhawks. They take their first lead of set number 1. Serves once again, received by Caslow. Zara Thomas with a floater, and Thomas puts a hand on it with a float or with a lift, and that'll be point Montgomery. And Ouachita will take a timeout, so we will take a quick break. We will be right back here with set number 1 on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back to Sturgis Physical Education Center. Auburn-Montgomery leads by 2. It's 11-9 Warhawks. Back to serve is Domingo for her 3rd straight point. Received by Day. Over to Brooke Jones for the kill, and it will go out of bounds. Point Warhawks, 3-point set here. Slow with the set there. The attack from Day. Received by Cassiano. The kill. Too much for Caslow to handle. Caslow, the reigning GAC defensive player of the week. 4-point set here. Ouachita starting to struggle. So the set has flipped around as Ouachita had a 4-point lead. And now it trails by 4. Zara Thomas's attack just a little bit too far outside. Point Warhawks. Tigers struggling to keep the attacks inside. A good reception by Castle. Over the Day with the attack again. It's received by Domingo. Castle with the dig. He set over to Day. Blocked. Zara Thomas keeps it going. Day with another attack. Caslow with a good dig at the back. And just like that, Brooke Jones is able to put it into the donut and get a point. For Ouachita, back to a 4-point set, 14-10. Lexi Caslow, like I said, the reigning GAC defender, or defensive player of the week, back to serve, the senior captain from Greenwood. A little bit awkward there. Good idea from Jones, but over. Great play by Faiga, but because she crossed that center line trying to get there, point for the Warhawks. Back to a 5-point set. Castello leading the GAC in digs with 235, averaging 5.88 a set. Steinmeier with the reset. Set up for Lowe. And Lowe will get the kill. Lowe picks up another kill, and Tigers make it back to a 4-point set. Few substitutions. Faiga out and Jones out. Riley Fielder and Kellen Church. Kellen Church in. Kellen Church second the GAC in aces with 16 in 34 sets. 47%. Good job there. A beautiful back set from Kellen Church. With 34 sets, Church has ranked at 16, and that'll be a kill for the Tigers. Could not be handled by Isidore Nicolai. 15-12. That was E.J. Day with the kill. Church to serve once again. Last night, Tigers able to get a bunch of points off of Church in a row, but unfortunately that one just goes a little bit too far. It's back to a 4-point set. 16-12. Tigers need to put a few points here. You don't want to hit. You do not want to let AUM hit that 20-point mark. Ouachita down by 3. Castleton keeps it going as Steinmeier just gets it back over the net. The kill there kept going by Steinmeier, or the attack attempt. Day with the attack there. Good dig by Castleton, goes right back over the net. The attack from Cassiano goes through. Point Warhawks. 5-point set once again, 17-12 AUM. Tigers have hit a fight from behind before. Back to serve is number 11, Carla Butler, the 5'8" senior from Christchurch, New Zealand, and Hillsborough Community College. Received by Steinmeier, over too low. Lowe's kill goes out of bounds, point Warhawks. Tigers struggling here in set number 1. That hitting percentage not where Coach Frizz wants it to be. It's actually sitting at negative 138. A little bit of awkwardness there, and Tigers get a point back. 18-13, back to 5-point set. E.J. Day back to serve. Received by Cato. And that's a kill for number 9, Maria Nicolau, the senior from Rivera do Leste, Brazil. 6-point set. Cato serve, received by down the back row. Fielder with the attack. Good dig by Steinmeier. Yesterday picked up that double-double in kills and digs. And the attack there, I believe, from number 12, Domingo. A little bit too short for Caslow. And Coach Fritz will take her second time out of the set, and that means we'll take one as well. We'll be right back here with set number 1. Warhawks lead at 20-13 on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado del colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
And welcome back for set number 1. And it is 20-13 Auburn University of Montgomery. Coach Frizz trying to get something going here, rally back here, down 7. It's going to be tough. AUM just needs 5 more points here in this set. The way they're going to run it, they can get those all in one stretch. Don't want to fall behind 1-0, but Tigers have fought from behind before. AUM will be serving. It's going to be number 2, Brianne Cato, the 5-foot freshman from Crestview, Florida. Cato, libero. Received by Steinmeier on the back row. Over to Steinmeier on the set. Block. Castlew keeps it going. They're going to call an error on Washita. (21-13) now. AUM. Good save there. The attack from Cassiano. Castlew could not get to it. 22-13. Serve from Cato. And it's going to say it clips. Castlow's hand would have been out of bounds. Point. Warhawks. Tough breaks for Washita here. 23-13, 10-point set. Set too low. Low will get the kill. 23-14. Low back to serve. The senior from Austin, Texas. And an attacker there by Whittlesey. Point back to Washita, 23-15. Tigers have a long way to fight back. They want to get back in this one. Low serve too much. Point Warhawks. Low will sub out. Castlew back in. Church, Thomas, Fielder, Day, Steinmeier, and Castlew on the court for the Tigers. Set point for the Warhawks here. Serving is number 4, Amber Bretswich. Received by Castlew. The set from Church over to Steinmeier. And that's going to be a net error. Point to the Tigers. That was called on number 3, Karen Santana, the 6'3" junior out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil. So I did not agree with that call. 24-16, still set point. Tammy Faiga to serve for the Tigers. The set over to Santana. Dug out by Castlew. Over to Steinmeier. Block out of bounds. Point Washita. 7-point set. 24-17. Faiga to serve. Cato receives. The attack from Cassiano gets the kill, and that will do it for set number 1. Final score in set number 1. AUM takes it 17-25. So AUM takes a 1-set lead over Washita. We'll take a couple-minute break, and we'll be back here for set number 2. Washita's going to have to bounce back. You're watching the Washita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Washita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can.
I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
And welcome back to Sturgis Physical Education Center, getting ready for set number 2 on this early morning volleyball broadcast. So Ouachita trails by 1. So we have a busy day of Ouachita athletics today. Like I said, 2 volleyball games. This one started at 9. We got another one at 2 o'clock against Mississippi College. And then we have a Ouachita football game at 6 o'clock tonight against the Wonder Boys of Arkansas Tech University. Like I said, all of which will be right here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network on a busy day. You can check out the number 8 nationally ranked Ouachita Tiger football team take on the Wonder Boys tonight, 6 o'clock. Rex Nelson pregame, believe will go live at about 5:30 tonight. Getting ready for set number 2. It looks like the starting 6 for Ouachita will be on the back row: Carly Bonham, Kayla Steinmeier, Tammy Faiga, and Lexi Castello. Bonham will sub out. And on the front will be Emily Lowe, Tammy Faiga, and Kellen Church. So going a defensive-minded setup here for set number 2. As you've got 2 setters on the front row, along with Lowe. You've got Steinmeier and Day in the back that will attack, but they can't get up on the net to attack. But that makes sense as gets served away. Awkward reception, but kept alive by Faiga, but Lowe just has to get it over. A great dig by Faiga. Castro puts it back across. Blocked, kept going. Castlo with a dig. Probably would have been out of bounds, but a good job keeping it going, and that's going to be blocked back into the court by Whittlesey and Nicolau. But they get the first point there. What I was saying was the way AUM plays, they're not going for those attacks that are right there at the base of the net. So they've opted to go for the more defensive mind and take a step back instead of loading up that front row for now. Lowe with the attack and the kill went off the hand of Cassiano. The senior from Austin gets the first kill for Ouachita in set number 2. Tied up at 1 apiece. And they say Faiga gets the assist on that one. Kellen Church back to serve. Here's a chance for Tigers to get some points. A lot of points seem to come when Church serves. And I spoke too soon on that one, as Church can handle the attack. 2-1 Warhawks. Carla Butler, the senior from New Zealand, back to serve for the Warhawks, received by Day. Set over from Church. Day with the attack, and she'll get the kill off the hands of Cassiano. But a ricochet off the block, go out of bounds, tied up at 2. E.J. Day, the sophomore from Belle Chase, Louisiana, back to serve. Kept going. Church the setter to Steinmeier. Steinmeier's kill, not enough, or too much for Cato to handle there. Point for Washita, they take a lead. Day back to serve. Last year, Day led the team with 90 kills and 2.9 points per set. Day put up 16 kills in 3 straight matches last season in the spring. Take a quick break to wipe up the court. Day's serve. Received by Cassiano, puts it back near the net. The attack attempt. Low floats it back over. And that'll be a kill for the Warhawks, number 8. That was Naya Whittlesey. Serving now is Cato, the freshman from Crestview, Florida. The libero today. Received by Steinmeier. Awkward set for Castro. That's going to be too much on the hand. Steinmeier. Warhawks now back up to a 1-point lead. The Mississippi College Choctaws have just arrived. That'll be a kill from number 12. That is Elenia Domingo, a freshman from Bari, Italy. And AUM takes a 2-point lead here, 5-3. Cato to serve once again. And that'll be an attack attempt from Domingo. Point for Washita. Emily Lowe, the senior from Austin, Texas, is back to serve. Lowe last year was an honorable mention All-GAC. Her serve goes out of bounds there. Point back to the Warhawks. Still 2 points set here. Emily Lowe subs out. Carly Bonham checking in, the 5'11 freshman from Kerrville, Texas. Bonham and Steinmeier, both their moms were teammates on this Washita volleyball team some years ago. I believe they were even roommates or suite mates, and that'll be a service error for Amber Bretswich. Faiga serves in, or subs in for Riley Fielder. And Brooke Jones comes in for Kellen Church. Faiga back to serve. Faiga, the senior setter from Waxahachie, Texas. Double major in accounting and finance in the Higginbotham School of Business. Ooh, Carly Bonham, a great job there. Gets the kill for the Tigers. A fantastic job for Bonham, the graduate of Tom Ingram High School out of Kerrville. Faiga serve received by Cassiano. And the attack from Santana, too much out of bounds. And we are tied back up at 6. Faiga back to serve. Faiga, one of the seniors on this Washita team. Serve received by Cato. The attack from Cassiano. Awkward off the forearm of Jones that they couldn't handle it and pull it in. Point back to the Warhawks. Tied up at 7 apiece. Cassiano back to serve. Cassiano, the senior outside hitter from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Short serve. Awkward reception there by Castelo. It was not handled by another Tiger. Warhawks with a 1-point lead. It is 8-7. AUM. Cassiano to serve. Another short serve, that time controlled by Day. And it is blocked back. I believe that was number 11, Carla Butler on that one. 2-point lead now for Montgomery. Serve from Cassiano, another short serve. A great attempt there by Faiga. Castlo with the save on that one. Brooke Jones with the attack. Good dive by Cassiano. And that'll be a kill for number 12, Domingo. 3-point lead now for the Warhawks. And a kill there from Brooke Jones. A little bit of an offhanded kill there, or misdirection. Back to the 2-point set. It's 10-8. Steinmeier serving from the far side of the court. Steinmeier, the sophomore right side hitter out of St. Charles, Missouri, serves it over. It'll be an error. It goes into the net. Back to serve is Domingo. Received by Steinmeier. Faiga puts it back over. Brooke Jones puts it over the net. Jones with another attack, and it is blocked back in. Kemp not alive for the fall of court. 4-point set here, 12-8. Washita struggling a little bit, and Washita will take a timeout. That means we will too. It is 12-8 Warhawks here in set number 2. We'll be right back on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person, and we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
And welcome back to Sturgis Physical Education Center for set number 2. It is 12-8. Montgomery Warhawks. Coach Friz trying to guide her players and to guide the players. Help them adjust in set number 2. They're trying to cut into this 4-point lead. Elenia Domingo back to serve, the freshman out of Bari, Italy. Comes to Auburn-Montgomery, Liceo Scientifico Ugo Morin. I hope I pronounced that right. Received by Steinmeier. Jones puts it over to Day. Caslow with a good dig. Faiga keeps it going. Day with the attack. Cassiano digs it out. Another dig from Caslow, the GAC leader in digs. Bit of a floater there, but kept going. Day with another attack from the far side. It'll go off the hands of the front row for Auburn-Montgomery, and it will go out of bounds. Point for Washita. Three-point set as the senior captain, Caslow, serves it away. And that's going to bounce off the Raptors, but handled well by Caslow. Faiga puts it back over to keep it going. And the attack there from Santana goes off of Steinmeier. Point for the Warhawks. Back to a 4-point set, 13-9. Got some Washita softball players here in this early morning match cheering on this volleyball team. Come softball season, you'll see several of the volleyball players down the road to Sully Anderson Field as well. So teams always like to cheer on each other here at Washita. It's a great place to call home. This is that serve received by Steinmeier. Lowe's attack, and she'll get the kill off the hands of number 10, Isadora Nikolai. Point back to the Tigers, 13-10. Tigers trail. Riley Fielder in for Faiga, Church in for Jones. It's Fielder not getting a ton of action tonight, the other senior captain on this team. Church back to serve. Church, the freshman two-sport athlete out of Jonesboro High School, led the team with assists last season, despite not starting the first few matches. awkwardness there. Goes out of bounds. Point back to the Warhawks. So Tigers struggling to get in rhythm. Serving is Carla Butler. Received by Day. Setting it up to Lowe, a little floater, and it will hit the court. Could not be handled by Whittlesey. That'll be a point for Washita. Still 3-point set here. Washita got to get over this 3-point hump. Day to serve. Received by Cato. Set over to Cassiano, and it will go out of bounds. They thought it was in, but it was called out. Nikolai not too happy about that one. So Day to serve. Awkward set, but kept going. A kill for Maria Nicolau. Nicolau, the senior out of Primavera do Leste, Brazil. Cato to serve. Marianne Cato, the freshman out of Crestview, Florida, and Collegiate High School. 15 serving, 12 received by Castle. The attack from Lowe will go out of bounds. 4-point set, 16-12. Cato serving. Handled by Steinmeier. And Church will hit the net. Point, Warhawks. Cato serving. Awkward Steinmeier there, but Day keeps it going and gets it across the net. Low with the attack, didn't get it. Cassiano, awkward. That'll be 4 touches. Points for Washita, 4 points at 17-13. Low to serve it. Attack from Domingo. Off the hands of Bonham and could not be hauled in. Point Warhawks, 18-13. Back to serve Amber Bretswich, the sophomore out of Woodbury, Minnesota. And Minnesota State University Moorhead, received by Steinmeier. Over to Fielder. Santana puts it over. I think they're going to call a error there on Santana. Point for Washita. 4 points at 18-14. Tammy Faiga back to serve. Faiga, the senior. Also the apartment manager of Stone Apartments here at Washita, which is my apartment complex. Kept going, good attack. And the attack there from Steinmeier goes too far out of bounds. Point for Warhawks. Serve from Cassiano, received by Steinmeier. Bonham with the floater. Error on Tigers. Point Warhawks. 6 point set, 20-14. And timeout will be taken, so that means we'll take one with them. It is 20-14 Warhawks. We'll be right back here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
At Ouachita, we care deeply for our students, and we are seeking to invest in them every day.
My professors are some of the best people I've ever met. They love me, they care for me, they care about my well-being.
Faculty are so open to like helping you, even outside of the classroom. Like the night before the test, they'll stay up till late in case you like need help. And they're really open about that, just like really helping you understand everything.
The faculty has challenged me in a way that I feel equipped for whatever comes my way outside of Ouachita.
The faculty and staff really pour into me every day in class, but also out of class. They're really invested in my future.
We develop relationships, and we really seek to pour into the whole person.
And welcome back to Sturgis Physical Education Center, here for a continuation of set number 2. 20-14 Warhawks. They'll be serving. Castellano back to serve. Received by Day. Steinmeier Hercule, a good reception there by Castellano. That will go out of bounds, point to Ouachita. Steinmeier to serve from the far side. Received by Castellano. The attack from Butler is handled. Brooke Jones' shot is blocked. Jones another attack. It is kept alive. Castellano has to float it over. The set today off of Cato. Bonham puts it back. Kept going by Castellano. Day with another kill or another attack, and she'll get that kill. Back to a 4-point set. So the serve from Steinmeier will go out of bounds off the hands of Castellano. Point for Ouachita. 3-point set, 20-17. Steinmeier to serve once again. And it looks like Auburn-Montgomery will take a timeout this time. So that means we will too. It is 20-17. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And welcome back to Sturgis Physical Education Center. Steinmeier to serve, and it'll be too much, and it will go out of bounds. Point for Ouachita. Sorry there, a little bit of audio difficulty, but back up and going. 21-17. Serve from Domingo. Received by Day, awkward reception. Trying to get it to keep it alive. Castlo puts it over the net. Ouachita running out of chances here in set number 2. And it is blocked out of bounds. Point for Auburn-Montgomery. Domingo back to serve. Received by Caslow. Day with the attack, and it will go out of bounds. Kill for Day. Point Washita. 4 points at 22-18. Have Sydney Ellison into play. The sophomore out of Sunnyvale, Texas, and Sunnyvale High School. Caslow with a good dig. And the Day with the attack. Received by Cassiano. The attack there out of bounds from Maria Nicolau. Point Washita, 3-point set. Caslow back to serve. Caslow, the senior captain, 5'1". The libero from Greenwood. The attack. A great block by Emily Lowe, and it is a 2-point set. 22-20 now. Tigers trying to claw back into this one. Caslow back to serve. Coming into the weekend, this was stats before Tuesday's match. Caslow did have several aces. Tigers have not recorded an ace today. And that block kept alive by Faiga, but could not get it over. That'll be point for the Warhawks. It is 23-20. It is a hard spot to come back from. Tigers need 3 straight as Isidore Nicolai goes back to serve, the senior from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Ellison receives it. Low with the attack. And it is badly handled by Nicolai. Point Washita, 23-21. Take a quick second to wipe up the court. So the Tigers trying to get back in it. Kellen Church, this is the person you want serving if you're going off last night's game. Struggled a little bit today, but Church to serve. Received by Cassiano. The attack kept going. The attack was from Whittlesey. Fielder with the attack and gets the kill. 1-point set. 23-22 Warhawks. Tigers making this one close. Church back to serve. And Montgomery will use another timeout. We're just going to stay here for this one. Not going to go to timeout. But this has been a great job by the Tigers. They have clawed back into this one. They were down by a good margin earlier in this set. So they have crawled back to make it a 1-point set, 23-22. We could see in this one. The Tigers hitting 147 in this one. Montgomery struggling, hitting just .081 in set number 2. Coach Frizz trying to give some encouragement. Like I said, head coach of the Warhawks, Flavia Siqueira, trying to get her team to adjust and finish out the set. Washita trying to complete the comeback here in set number 2 and avoid falling behind 0-2. Looking at stats here, EJ Day leads all athletes in kills with 7. Church to serve. Received by Cato. The attack will go through the block. And that will be Nia Whittlesey, the senior from Columbus, Georgia, gets the kill there and makes it set point. Washita has to get 2 in a row here to force it into extra points. Because you got to win by 2 here, and you're playing to 25, so set point received by Ellison. A set from Church, the attack from low. Try to go with the floater there. It's kept alive. Caslow with the dig. Church puts it over to Day. And that'll go out of bounds. Point Tigers. 24-23, back to a 1-point set. EJ Day back to serve. A point here. We'll tie it up and make this a completely new set for Washita. They have fought all the way back. Day's serve. And it'll go out of bounds, and we're tied up at 24. Tigers with it's a whole new set now, tied up at 24. And Day's serve too low into the net. Point to Auburn-Montgomery. Set point here. Cato back to serve. Cato serve. Out. So back-to-back service errors puts it tied up at 25. A good break for Washita's. Emily Lowe goes back to serve. The senior from Alston serves it away, received by Cato. The attack from Cassiano blocked, put back over. Bonham gets that one. Over to Fielder, awkwardness, but keeps it going. The floater. Bonham couldn't handle it. Point for the Warhawks. Set point coming up for Montgomery. Lowe came out, looked like, but Caslow came back in, believe who that was subbed in. Next to serve is Brett Switch, the sophomore from Woodbury, Minnesota. Received by Day. Church. Caslow has to put it back over. The attack. A great dig by Church. Caslow puts it back to Fielder. Has to get it back over the net. And Cassiano gets the final kill of set number 2. And Auburn-Montgomery takes a 2-0 lead over the Washita Tigers. They win that one 27-25. So just a tough break there for the Tigers. They had fought all the way back in that one, but could not finish it off. Got a few minutes between sets. We'll take a quick break before we are back here with set number 3. Once again, Auburn-Montgomery leads at 2-0. We'll be back with set number 3 here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sturgis Physical Education Center for set number 3. Ouachita trails 2-0. They're going to have to win 3 straight if they want to get a victory today and have a chance of getting back to the 500 mark and avoid falling to 4-7. But Auburn-Montgomery has won the first 2 sets by scores of 25-17 and 27-25. Looks like the starting 6 for Ouachita. Ouachita will be serving. It's going to be Kellen Church, Lexi Castlo, Riley Fielder, Kayla Steinmeier, Emily Lowe, and E.J. Day. Kellen Church, the sophomore from Jonesboro, to serve. Received by Cassiano. Over to Whittlesey. A hard attack that goes way out. That one almost took out Coach Frizz and Audrey Gallagher. First point goes to Ouachita. Ouachita had the lead in set 1 but ended up losing it. Church's serve received by Cato. Whittlesey again. Set from Church over to Day. Blocked, and it will be out of bounds. Like I said, ricocheted off the block. Nicolau and Butler, and went out of bounds from Whittlesey. Church to serve once again. Church, a 2-sport athlete, Ouachita and softball, was all state or all conference in both of those in high school at Jonesboro. And awkward dig there. Castlo keeps it going, and Fielder puts it back across the net. The set, and that attack goes out of bounds from Nicolau. Point for Ouachita. 3-0 lead here. Church to serve. The serve from Church. Good serve. Cato. A little floater there from Whittlesey. Falls into what is called the donut in volleyball. So everybody else gets focused on their areas, and a little hole opens up in the middle. That'll be point for the Warhawks. 3-1 Ouachita. Back to serve is Butler. Received by Fielder on the back row. Low with the attack. Cassiano gets it. Dug out by Castlo. The set from Church today. Day's attack. It's kept going. Impressive. I thought it hit the court. Another attack from Day. Handled by Cato. The attack from Whittlesey. Church gets that one. Castlo with the set to Steinmeier. And Castlo dives for it, but can't quite bring it in. 3-2 Ouachita. Butler to serve. I said Butler, the senior out of Christchurch, New Zealand, and Hillsborough Community College. Taking a quick second to wipe up the court here. Ouachita got to get some consistency on their side and settle in here if they want a chance to make a comeback in this one and avoid being swept. These two teams have only played once before, back in 2018, and Ouachita won that 3-1. It was either 3-1 or 3-0 whenever they last played in 2018. I believe it was at Montgomery, and that serve was handled awkwardly by Fielder, and it is tied up at 3. So on the court for the Tigers, getting ready for the serve reception is Church, Day, Castlo, Fielder, and up front Steinmeier and Lowe. 3 serving 3. Fielder receives that one well. Church sets over to Steinmeier, and it is blocked out of bounds off the hands of Whittlesey and Nicolau. E.J. Day back to serve. Ouachita with a 1-point advantage. Received by Butler to Nicolau. And the attack from Whittlesey gets the kill. Church couldn't get there in time. Church playing with a hurt shoulder. Her left shoulder you can see wrapped up in an ace bandage. Tied at 4, the libero Cato back to serve, the freshman from Crestview, Florida. The set over to Fielder. Fielder gets the attack, but it is kept alive by, I believe it was Nicolau. Nikolai. Church and Castle keep that one going. The attack from Day goes out of bounds. Point Warhawks, they take their first lead of set number 3. Rian Cato back to serve once again, the libero today. Once again, having to wipe up the court. It is quite hot here in the Sturgis Physical Education Center. The humidity of the pool directly next to us does not help. The attack from low is blocked. Riley Fielder with the attack. Received or handled by Cassiano. We're setting that one over to Steinmeier. Wilsey with the attack, and it's going to go through the block of Lowe and Fielder to the court point for the Warhawks. They have a 2.64 lead. Directly next to the court to our right is the Wagoner pool where Ouachita's men's and women's swim team competes. Day receives that serve from Cato. The attack from Fielder. Received by Butler. Point for Ouachita on the attack area there. Number 15, Emily Lowe back to serve, the senior from Austin. Received by Cassiano, the set. And a kill from Domingo. 7-5, Warhawks. Back to serve is Amber Brett-Switch, the sophomore from Minnesota. Serves it away. It will hit the net and roll over, and Church couldn't get there in time. 3-point set, 8-5. Brett-Switch to serve once again. That time it's received by Caslow. Church keeps it going. The attack from Day. Received by Butler. Steinmeier puts it over the net. Cassiano with the attack and the kill. And Ouachita will take a timeout. That means we will too. It is 9-5 Warhawks here in set number 3. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado del colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And welcome back. Serve from Brett-Switch keeps. Steinmeier pokes it over and gets the kill on that one. Makes it a 3-point set one again. 9-6. Church comes out and Steinmeier comes out, and in comes Audrey Gallagher and Tammy Faiga. Gallagher, the junior middle blocker out of Henrietta, Texas, listed at 5'11". She'll be on that front row along with Carly Bonham and Riley Fielder. Serve from Faiga. Set from Brett-Switch. Over to Santana. Faiga keeps it going. The attack from Gallagher too much out of bounds. 10-6. Warhawks. So coming up at 12 o'clock will be Washita versus the Choctaws of Mississippi College. They won, or Washita beat Mississippi College last night in 5 sets in a back and forth thriller. Fielder with the serve reception there. Will fake out. Santana with the kill. Actually, I believe that was number 12. That is Domingo with the kill. Cassiano back to serve. 5-point set. Fielder. So she gets the attack and she'll get the kill on that one. So awkward dig and some good thinking by Tammy Faiga. Keeps that one going with the kill for Riley Fielder. She goes back to serve. Fielder, one of the 2 captains on this team. Her serve received by Cato. It's going to be close. And Gallagher is going to put it back into the court and get a point back for Washita. 11-8 now. Good job by Gallagher, the junior from Henrietta, a communication science and disorders major. And another timeout is called, so we'll take another quick break. We'll be right back here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do. Be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person, and we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
And welcome back to Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Sydney Ellison back to serve. Ellison, the sophomore defensive specialist out of Sunnyvale, Texas. Kinesiology major to serve it away for Washita. Low serve received by Butler. A good attack there by Domingo. Faiga couldn't haul it in. A good effort by Faiga, though. Back to a 4-point set, 12-8. Domingo back to serve. Received by Castelo. The set from Faiga over to Bonham, a little floater. The attack from Santana will go out of bounds. Castelo can't get to it in time. 5-point set, 13-8. Domingo back to zero. Like I said, Domingo, the freshman out of Bar, Italy, the middle blocker, listed at 6 foot tall. Received by Day. From Faiga over to Day. I guess they're going to call a lift. Or they're going to call a double hit, actually, on Faiga. Not sure where the error was, but 14-8 now is your score. Domingo back to serve. Gallagher's attack kept going by Cassiano. And the kill from, or attack from Nicolau results in a kill. Point Warhawks, 15-8. So Domingo back to serve once again. 3 straight points so far. Or 4 straight points so far for Warhawks. Junior Schneider now coming in. Schneider, the junior from Garland, Texas, the junior setter, listed at 5'7". Bonham with the attack. And a miscue from Santana, wasn't paying attention. Falls to the court. Point for Ouachita. 15-9 now is the score. Castelo, the senior from Greenwood, back to serve. So waiting on the court to be wiped up. Ted Castelo, an all-GAC honorable mention last year, the 2020-2021 season. Led the GAC with 284 digs and 6.7 digs per set. And in 2019 was second team all-GAC, leading the GAC in digs per set once again. An error there. Point for Ouachita. 15-10. The serve from Castelo received by Cato on the far side. Santana's attack it'll just catch the line. Point for the Warhawks. Number 10, Isadora Nicolai back to serve, the senior out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Received by Ellison. The set to Gallagher. The attack from Whittlesey. Not enough for Schneider to handle. And Ouachita will take another timeout. And that means we will too be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University. Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do. Be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
And welcome back to Sturgis Physical Education Center here on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. It is 17-10 Auburn-Montgomery. The serve was Nicolai. Day with the attack, received by Cassiano. A attack attempt from Butler. Goes out of bounds off of Gallagher. And a low point Warhawks, 18-10. Nicolai back to serve. Received by Ellison. That one's going to go over the net. Another point. That one went off the hands of Gallagher once again. 19-10. This one is looking like it will go in the books unless a big comeback here for the Tigers. Because even if you go, Ouachita can score 2 points every 1 point Montgomery scores. It's going to be close. And that serve is going to go off of the hands of Ellison. Point Warhawks. Yeah, now at this point, even if Ouachita manages to go 2 for 1 on the points, it will not be enough, as it would end up being 25-20. The serve received by Day. The set from Schneider. The attack from Lowe. Little floater. Attack from Whittlesey. That one's blocked. The attack from Butler. She'll get the kill right between Schneider and Castelo. 21-10. Tigers will be looking to bounce back at 12 o'clock today as they take on The Choctaws of Mississippi College, who they beat in 5 sets last night. Schneider with the set to Gallagher. Kept going by Nikolai. The kill from Nicolau. The attack from Nicolau results in an error. It is back to a 10-point set, 21-11. Schneider and Gallagher out. Church and Steinmeier in. Church back to serve. Received by the libero Cato. The attack from Whittlesey. Goes into the net, point Washita. 21-12. Church to serve. Received by Cato. A set over to Butler. And Butler will get the kill to make it 22-12. So Montgomery looking to get the sweep over the Tigers here. Even up the all-time history at 1-1. Butler to serve. Butler, the senior out of New Zealand. Over to Steinmeier. Steinmeier's attack is blocked by Whittlesey and Nicolau. 23-12. Butler to serve once again. The Butler listed at 5'8". Listed as a libero, but playing as, I believe, a defensive specialist today. The set from Church, the attack from Lowe. Blocked, but kept going. Ellison is going to pass it over to Day, who will get the kill and make it 23-13. Day will get her 8th kill of the afternoon, leading all scorers. Day's coming in is number 19, Abby Roberts, the junior defensive specialist from Shreveport, Louisiana. Double major in biology and chemistry. Serves it away, received by Butler. The set from Nicolau. And the attack from Nikolai will go out. Sorry, I had that backwards. It was a set from Nikolai. The attack from Nicolau. The attack from Nicolau will go off the hands of Church and out of bounds. And back to a 10-point set, and it is match point for the Warhawks, 24-14. Next point for the Warhawks will win this one. The serve from Cato. Roberts gets it and cannot. That's a bad reception there, and that will do it for the first match of the day. Auburn-Montgomery wins that one 25-14 and wins the match 3-0. Tough start for the Tigers this morning. Like I said, they fall this one 3-0. They will fall to 4-7 on the year. Montgomery improving to 7-4 on the season. We'll have about an hour and a half between matches as the match between Mississippi College set to start at noon. Had a good crew today. It was a small crew, but we were able to make it work. The director was Wyatt Ashlock. Camera one is Chloe Velleman. And I was doing play-by-play. I know it says Wyatt Ashlock doing play-by-play, but I was Matthew Branch doing play-by-play. Washita looks to bounce back at 12 against Mississippi College Choctaws. Said struggle there, but we will see y'all again at 12. Once again, I'm Matthew Branch, and you have been watching the Washita Sports Digital Network. We will see you back here in an hour and a half.